TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, tonight live in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Immediately into the clinch. These ladies are throwing to start this fight.
Fun.
Exactly the fight they thought each other would bring. Big hands here early.
Didn't exactly have a feeling out process.
Nice left hand by Geltmacher gets through. Tracy trying to answer with a volume of strikes. When you have two accomplished wrestlers in the mixed martial arts game, sometimes it's not about whose wrestling takes over, it's about who's a better kickboxer.
Absolutely. Each one's looking for the opportunity to showcase a new kind of talent, new kind of skill. And you can see they're swinging big. Tracy goes in, attempts the takedown.
There's that first scramble of the match. Both of these ladies really talked about the scramble in the pre-fight interview, saying that it would be key should this fight go 15 minutes.
And if you look at the way Geltmacher is moving to her right, circling to her right after exchanges, that's a smart thing to do against Tracy. I guess neither one of them is really interested in throwing too many round kicks to the body or to the leg. Well, there's a round kick to the leg, but if you watch, that really sets her up actually to do that. Nice overhand.
Flyweights here inside the Invicta FC cage. No champion right now at 125 pounds. They feel the winner of this match could really set themselves apart inside the flyweight division.
Geltmacher's really fast. You can see Tracy's moving to the side, trying to get those shots as a counter with those rushing forward punches.
Geltmacher doing a good job at really comboing up those strikes as well. Tracy can't just cover up and think only one punch is coming. She's throwing three pieces. Again, you see that finding a home. Nice left hand there, ending the combination. Doubling up the jab now is Geltmacher coming alive with the right hand.
See blood coming from the nose of Tracy.
I asked Tracy about the idea if this fight did turn into a war where she had some blood leaking from her nose, and she welcomed it. She said there's something beautiful about, you know, being in that battle and wearing that damage.
Oh my goodness, that was a big front kick to Geltmacher. Tracy timed that really well with her forward motion. You can see she's trying to take advantage of that. Geltmacher just swinging hard on those hooks.
These flyweights are flurrying here early in this first round. Oh, nice uppercut there by Tracy. Geltmacher answering with a combination.
Yeah, you can see it made her mad. She's wanting to get her shot back, but that was well done by Tracy. I'd like to see a couple more uppercuts, a double jab uppercut, you know, leaning a little bit. Do her some success.
Big strikes here from both ladies, and again, they come from that wrestling background, but tonight showing off their hands.
1, 4, 3, do it again. Her left hand's dropping, her left hand's dropping.
A lot of movement here from Geltmacher, light on her feet, looking for angles. Tracy trying to answer with the right hand of her own.
I like that little shove that Geltmacher does in between combinations, trying to reestablish kind of an angle there and also get one more shot at the end.
These ladies came out early, very fast and aggressive, and have not slowed thus far. 90 seconds left here in this first round. Geltmacher trying to throw some short right uppercuts, knee to the body. Tracy coming back.
Wow.
What a fight.
That was really great. The fact that they were doing the uppercut to knee like that was really shows like they're mixed martial arts. This is not just wrestling. This is not just, you know, standing in there trying to clench up. That was great.
Two very well-rounded fighters showing off their skills here inside Fire Lake Casino Arena.
I was mistaken. It looks like Geltmacher's one who's bleeding a little bit, TJ. Look at Tracy's return. She ducks her head a little bit, and she comes back with straight punches, pulling her head a little bit to the side, which sometimes gets her out of range, sometimes puts her right in the way of some of those big shots.
A lot of energy here in the cage. And these moments where it's not often you have these little bit of lulls, you feel like it's building to an explosion of strikes, and we've got that every few moments. Now in the clinch here. Plum with the knee there by Tracy. Final 10 seconds.
I'm wondering if this is going to be a matter of whose gas tank gives out first. You can see both ducking and throwing that big overhand right.
A fun 5 minutes in the books between these flyweights. Stephanie Geltmacher, Liz Tracy. Stephanie Geltmacher, Liz Tracy back underway. Round number 2. Invicta FC flyweights. Inside the cage, TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie.
Yes, nice.
Shawnee, Oklahoma here with the Oklahoma City native Stephanie Geltmacher.
So far, nobody's pace has slowed down here.
Tracy has utilized those kicks a few times here. Would you like to see her do more of that?
I would. I would like to see her use them, especially in this forward motion. When Geltmacher is kind of swinging forward like that, she can interrupt her progression. She put her down a little bit out, with one. She was able to pop back up, but I'd like to see that more and, you know, with a punch added afterward. Woo,
Nice kick to the
very
body
fast.
there by Tracy. Two-piece combination finds a home. Now Geltmacher trying to get this fight back into the clinch. Geltmacher going for a takedown.
Elbows too when on the exit.
Little feather in the cap there of Tracy, putting on some strikes, causing Geltmacher to try to take this fight to the floor. Now back in the clinch once again.
Yeah, and you can see Geltmacher's getting a little frustrated there. Like she was winging and looking a little bit desperate in that. Coming back to the center and getting back to that moving to her right after those jabs, I think is an important thing for her to do. Staying disciplined in that striking.
Make sure you join us on the conversation on Twitter at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, at Invicta Fights. Alima Lay McFarland, she's in the house tonight. She'll be cornering Ashley Cummins. Use that hashtag InvictaFC32. Kick again by Tracy, finds a home to the body of Geltmacher.
Take that center now, take that More ones, baby.
The pace has slowed a little bit, but I don't think it's due to energy or anything like that. I think both ladies are forcing each other to sort of pick their shots a little bit more wisely here in the second round.
I think you're right, TJ. You know, it's a little bit like sometimes they exchange like a mirror. That was a nice little shot to the inside by Tracy. They'll throw a jab and an overhand, and they'll both move their head in the same direction. And I think there's an attempt for a tactic change right now.
Tracy's throwing out those kicks. Geltmacher looked for a takedown earlier. We'll see if she tries to capitalize on the offensive kicking attempts by Tracy. Maybe see a takedown off of her. Then again, Geltmacher looks pretty content to exchange with her hands here on the feet.
That was disciplined. She didn't look frustrated there. Her chin was down, and she landed some really nice straight shots.
Nice cover up. Big combos, baby, big combos.
These two grapplers really content to stand in the center and trade.
Oh, it looked like there was a little bit of an inadvertent eye poke there.
Yeah, Tracy definitely wiping away the left eye. The referee not stepping in. More punches here from Geltmacher in on the clinch. Tracy's still coming forward.
Yeah, if we saw the magic of cage clinching in these earlier fights, we're seeing the magic of circling and staying in the center, really drawing a line and saying, let's be right here, let's be right in the middle.
Geltmacher was excited at the prospect of going into the latter parts of this fight. She was in and out relatively quickly in her Invicta FC debut, so she wanted the opportunity with a tough opponent like Tracy to show off her skills, and especially to do it in her hometown here tonight in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Tracy put a little bit more combination together with her hands. She is kind of getting, like, I don't want to say that, I don't want to say Geltmacher's getting the best of every single exchange, but she might be getting one punch more. You know, that's what Tracy needs to be doing. Putting those things together, really moving forward on them.
Really big shots there by Geltmacher. A little over a minute left here in round number 2. When talking to these ladies, they said that this fight is going to not just be round by round, but minute by minute, sequence by sequence. And we all know that the last thing that the judges see, that speaks volumes to them when they have to turn in a scorecard.
It really does. I'm impressed with the way they're both just really trying to get that output, though. I like that minute by minute, not just round by round.
And that's mixed martial arts at the highest level, honestly. You have to make sure that you leave an impression when you're fighting a equally skilled opponent. Big takedown attempt there by Tracy. Geltmacher having none of it.
That was from a little bit too far away for Tracy. I don't know if it's because she knows there's less than 30 seconds left in this round, and she's trying to rack up points for the judges, although they don't score things quite that way as the old days.
Get a good blitz, baby.
Final 10 seconds here.
Good blitz, come on. Take the towel, wipe her good, wipe her good.
Beautiful combination of punches here. Tracy coming forward. Good head movement there by Geltmacher. Punch on the bell. Referee warning Geltmacher. Geltmacher knew it immediately too, apologizing, and back underway. Third and final round. A little bit of a slip there by Geltmacher.
Sometimes logos can get kind of slippery with sweat on them.
Come in next time, take it down. Come in next time, take it down.
Looking at Geltmacher's patterns, she's really throwing a minimum almost 3 punch combinations at any given time. Now we see a switch of the takedown there by the 4-time All-American Tracy, showing off her grappling chop, circling away, getting back to space.
That was brilliant by both of them. Geltmacher set that up with some great punches, was in deep, and Tracy was able to defend it with that overhook push away and circle back to the middle.
1, 4, 3. Yes, ma'am.
Nice left hand by Tracy in response to Geltmacher's combination.
Good job. Pop it again. Pop it again.
This is really a testament to the evolution in mixed martial arts. I mean, both women come from a grappling base, and we see good boxing for mixed martial arts on display here.
Yeah, and we're also seeing just kind of that respect for the other zones, for the kicks, which again, not very many kicks have been thrown tonight. A lot of front kicks from Tracy, some of them landing, some of them not, but kind of that they know going to the ground is going to be tough, and they're both really focusing on getting that shot perfect.
Tracy forcing the nose of Geltmacher to bleed. Crowd coming alive here inside Fire Lake Arena. Geltmacher coming alive with some punches.
See, Tracy's smiling a little bit from that one.
The combination there. Tracy coming forward, Geltmacher trying to stop that progression with punches. Really a battle for the center of the cage as well. Just really standing in the inner part of that hexagon.
Yeah, and a kind of a battle for who gets the last punch on exchanges. I like the way Geltmacher, again, she hooks and she moves to her left that way. When she's jabbing, she's moving to her right. She's trying to set everything up so that she's always exiting on an angle. Tracy is able to read some of that, and her counter shots are coming pretty good most of the time. But when Geltmacher steps out and to the side, she does very well. Nice overhand.
Nice kick to the body there by Tracy. Less than 2.5 here. Geltmacher feinting for that takedown, and Tracy threw a kick almost at the same time. A takedown could go a long way in deciding this round as well. Not sure how the judges have it through 10 minutes, but again, it's not round by round, minute by minute, sequence by sequence.
The takedown could go a long way for the judges, but it could really go a long way for a fighter's morale at this point. Neither one has been taken down. Both of them very successful at defending these. And just coming back to the center, it seems like, I don't want to say ego in a bad way, but it's a real ego trip going on here with these two. I'm really excited by it.
Well, to boost the ego as a strawweight champion, Verna Janjiroba asking if this is already fight of the night on Twitter. They're making a strong case for it, Julie.
Oh, they are. This is fight of the night so far, DJ, to me. And just the amount, there's a lot of blood coming from Geltmacher's nose now, and the volume of punches that have been thrown in this fight, really impressive.
You're in control.
90 seconds left for these ladies to keep it out of the hands of the judges. Geltmacher really big with her punches. Tracy with a more straight ahead approach.
And I like that kind of bumblebee attitude of Geltmacher, in and out, in and out. I think that's going to work a little bit better if she pulls herself out as she goes inside. Then she won't be there for those counter strikes of Tracy.
That big movement, that also speaks volumes to the judges. Maybe sometimes it shouldn't, but judges do reward that aggressive posture.
Wow, did you see that? Just both right on the chin. That was fantastic. I'm really impressed with the conditioning level of these, but I mean, they're wrestlers. Wrestlers know how to condition.
It's been the same offensive output since the opening bell. Neither of these ladies have taken a step back, literally or figuratively.
Oh.
Now takedown here upcoming by Geltmacher. Able to stay on her feet as Tracy.
Yeah, she comes right back up from that, but both knees were on the ground. It's interesting. Wasn't quite put on her back.
Final 30 seconds of this flyweight contest. Liz Tracy, Stephanie Geltmacher.
Under 20. Under 20.
Oh, beautiful left hand by Geltmacher, finds a home. Stumbles Tracy. Tracy eats another left hand. Trying to come forward now. Finding success is Geltmacher.
See, Tracy's landing some of those right hands as counter, but
What a fight!
that was fantastic, TJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, having completed 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Stephanie Geltmacher.
Still undefeated is Stephanie Geltmacher. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Invicta FC 32 tonight inside Fire Lake Casino Arena, Shawnee, Oklahoma. These ladies swinging early.
They are. You can see Smashley's getting kind of those shots in the middle, but Delboni's holding her ground.
The Brazilian attacking the lead leg with kicks. Another one there. Erica Tiburcio, another Brazilian. She's watching tonight, tweeting on Twitter, at Invicta Fights, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, hashtag Invicta FC 32.
And I think it's that jab that Cummins is able to do. You can see there's a lot of power in Delboni's strikes. That was a takedown from far away. Delboni's doing a good job of defending it, getting to the cage right there, but Ashley's pretty good at locking things up there. Now Delboni's defending, and she's got that overhook position. It's going to be a jockeying kind of for that inside control.
Nice work by the Brazilian to stay on her feet. Cummins with a quick knee to the body of the Brazilian. Delboni able to get free back in space.
All right, be first, pressure, pressure. Stay on her.
Delboni's really stalking forward, doing level changes, trying to kind of bring out attacks from Smashley.
Delboni said she was going to be aggressive, expected to be able to showcase her kickboxing skills in this one. Nice combination there. Oh, beautiful left hand by Cummins gets through. Really rocked the head back of Delboni.
And I think what the difference is going to be in these exchanges, TJ, is head position. Ashley Cummins moves her head after combinations or throwing combinations. Delboni so far has just kind of stayed in one spot. But man, that kick, I don't know if you heard that. That was a massive kick that she just threw to Smashley.
Not something that Cummins wants to take a lot throughout this fight.
And I think working that inside leg with kicks is a smart strategy for Delboni.
It can really slow the offensive takedown game of Cummins. Hard to drive on that lead leg after you've eaten a lot of shots to it. Nice combination again by Cummins.
It's really, that jab is working very well for her.
Now in the clinch, trying to frame up maybe headlock position, guillotine choke by Cummins. Delboni pushing her into the fence.
Yeah, not a great position to be right there. Wrapping over the head, it would have been nice if she kind of pushed her hips out, but Delboni was very fast at getting her up, you know, in there. She's got an underhook on her right arm, Delboni. Smashley's pushing her away, and I love the strikes on the exit there.
Yeah, beautiful knee and punch combination by Cummins. Delboni very aggressive here to start this fight. This is her first fight at atomweight. Now back inside the clinch. Cummins able to put her into the fence. Delboni trying to reverse the situation. She does. Punch on the break. 90 seconds left here in this opening round. Delboni's still stalking.
Yeah, she really is. She's really kind of pushing forward, trying to get control of where their feet, which direction they're going. Nice sprawl from there. Ashley went underneath her, and Delboni sprawled very well. And now she's up on the fence again.
Some blood now flowing from the nose of the Brazilian Delboni. Knee to the body there by Cummins. And the clinch in space. Trying to get that headlock position. Now switching to a guillotine is Cummins. Delboni trying to fight the hands.
I don't know if she's got the leverage to finish the guillotine right there, but that was a smart thing to...
She goes to her back.
This is where she would have the leverage, but Delboni's able to push past, you know, basically pull her head out. I would have liked to see Smashley use that to kind of jerk the head down and then find strikes afterward.
We know Cummins has submissions off of her back. Look like she's trying to break off an angle here, maybe attack that right arm here, the Brazilian. She has it.
She moved her hips very fast, TJ. That was really well done. She's digging underneath for that arm because Delboni's trying to get control back of her arm. She's framing up, trying to get her elbow in the right position. Smashley's trying to go belly down.
Final 10 seconds here of the opening round. Peeling it away. Cummins might be in business. Time not on her side. The arm almost extended. Tick-tock goes the clock. Cummins said something to the ref. I'm not exactly sure what she was trying. Adam Waits put on a show inside the Fire Lake Casino Arena here. Jessica Delboni making her Invicta FC debut against Ashley Cummins. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Invicta FC 32.
And again, that inside, that kick to the inside of her front leg is going to be very good in slowing down her jab, TJ. You can see Delboni immediately came to this round moving forward, like stalking, wanting control of the center, wanting control of the cage.
The jab has been on point for Cummins throughout this contest. Corner calling for more of it. There's a kick answered by a punch from Delboni. Combination, flurry of punches there on the inside.
Yeah, you can see she was reaching for her head, which she was able to grab her head a couple times in that first round, and Delboni's having none of it. Throwing those hooks to the body and then snapping out.
Kick to the inside leg by the Brazilian. Now some punches by Delboni. These Adam Waits are lightning fast.
They really are, and they've both hurt each other's noses. Like maybe I'm seeing phantom blood in noses tonight, but yeah, nicely done. Smashley got to the inside on that. That jab has got to work for her when she moves. She's got to throw it at the end of combinations too. I think that's when it's going to hit the most. Delboni's really stalking her down with that footwork. The problem is she drops her hands when she punches, or I'm sorry, when she kicks, and that's, you know, giving Smashley the opportunity to kind of come forward.
There you go, bang, bang, don't let her be ready. Touch, move.
The corner of Cummins telling her to be first. They want her to show a little more initiative here in these exchanges.
Yes, that's absolutely what she needs to do. Throw that jab cross. Nice, that was very fast.
Securing the position is Cummins. Past the guard, sets up inside here, see if she can get something going.
You can see Delboni's framing up underneath to do kind of an explosive movement to get her knee to the inside.
Delboni's trying to get a half guard back, eats an elbow.
Yeah, sorry, TJ. She was able to frame up. You can see Smashley's on top, and she does a really good job of stifling people's games from right there. I'm not into this guillotine pull down, although it may be very successful for her. I just feel like it's kind of giving Delboni this opportunity to tie up and put her on her back.
Now Cummins on her back. She had success here earlier. Do you think Cummins was more willing to initiate that headlock and maybe go to the floor because she almost got that armbar in round one?
Yeah, it's possible, but you can see Delboni's made the adjustments, and when she's doing so well with her jab and some of this other movement, I know she wants to be in a clinch position, but that shot that she did, I thought was very successful, that single leg.
Cummins able to get the butterfly hooks here.
Now it's a matter of deciding if she wants to be back on her feet or she wants to sweep. Delboni's kind of trapping her feet together, making it pretty hard for her to do anything with that butterfly hook.
See if Cummins tries to get back to her feet with her back against the fence.
Yeah, it looks like she's trying to do this. She needs to put some pressure, some counter pressure, so she can get that foot over. Interesting.
What do you see here, Julie?
Well, I feel like Delboni could just pull her to the put her parallel to the cage, but there was an opportunity almost for an arm drag position from Ashley.
In on that guillotine again is Cummins. Delboni trying to shake free.
She's got, I just don't think that guillotine's working for her. It's a nice control position, nice framing up that triangle, and it may be that she just wants to use that to get here.
Rubber guard deployed here now by Ashley Cummins.
See, she's trying to triangle.
Bails on it.
Delboni's pushing her up against the fence, doing a nice job of kind of pushing against her hips.
45 seconds here left in the round. Again, Cummins trying to grab a hold of that neck of the Brazilian.
40 seconds, bud.
Hammer fist.
Stand up if you want. Stand up. Just get up here.
Now trying to take the back is a Brazilian. Cummins trying to fight the hands. Trying to turn it into her opponent. She does.
Yeah, wrapping around the head like that wasn't a great necessarily move for the Brazilian. She could have done more with inside control, but Smashley gets out. She's back in the center.
Final 15 seconds of this one. Here in round number 2.
Oh, yes. Hands up, hands up.
Smashley looks to be a little bit slower now. I do want to know, she's wearing long shorts, but I do want to know, I see red on that inside leg. I do want to know if that slowed her down a little bit.
Stone faces Ashley Cummins. You know she's not going to let her opponent know if her leg is hurt. And now we're boxing to start round number 3. Nice right hand by Delboni gets through.
Delboni seems a little bit desperate here, a little bit less composed and, you know, not as cold as she was earlier. She's glaring and just trying to fire off there really fast. Smashley is in and out. She needs to be away from that kick. I like that kick return, though.
This is the biggest opportunity of Delboni's career. See a tweet there online talking about the gym change for Ashley Cummins. She really has honed her skills now working in San Diego with the San Diego Combat Academy. We appreciate all the tweets tonight at Invicta Fights, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, hashtag Invicta FC 32.
All right, move. Natural adjustment. Move again. Angle change and attack. Attack right there.
A lot of movement here from Cummins. So if her lead leg is hurt at all, it's not slowing down her mobility.
No, it just might slow down her, like, her ability to put weight on that leg when she's throwing that jab. It slows down the jab just a bit, but you're right, it's not slowing down her ability. She's able to move laterally very well. And, you know, I'm noticing a lot more kind of up and down motion with her, a lot more head movement with her. Delboni's bouncing seems to have caught her stride right here, but still, you know, a little bit, you can tell she thinks she needs a finish here. I think both of them probably are thinking they need a finish here.
Never want to go to the judges if you don't have to. Evenly matched atomweights inside the Invicta FC cage, trying to do what they can to earn this victory.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Been an exciting night here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. The debut here in the Sooner State for Invicta FC. Appreciate you watching tonight live on UFC Fight Pass. Big uppercut misses by Delboni.
Yeah, her hands are getting pretty wide. I mean, they've been wide before, but they're pretty wide here when she starts to throw. She knew that kick was working for her, and she's landing right hands right after Smashley's right hands, but it's not quite enough yet.
But again, Delboni's still stalking. She's been stalking this entire fight. Sometimes that speaks volumes to the judges.
It really does. I mean, she's been super aggressive. She's initiated a lot of the exchanges, and she's done damage. I mean, there was some blood. That leg, I'm sure, is red, and you can see the eyes. Ashley Cummins' eyes might be a little bit swollen right there.
Past the halfway point of this third round, Cummins in on a takedown. Delboni able to sprawl out of it.
Cummins, yeah, her hips weren't quite underneath her with that, and Delboni smartly read that to sprawl out and get underhooks from it.
Credit to Cummins, though. She's able to get the clinch, put Delboni in the fence, but now back in space. Real top contenders here at 105 pounds. We're seeing that over the course here of 15 minutes.
Ooh, nice right hand.
Nice jab gets through by Smashley. Undefeated as a Brazilian, really showcasing her talent here against a top shelf contender at 105.
Yeah, she kind of puts her head down, throws that 1-2, and it's finding its mark quite a bit.
Again, that kick to the lead leg of Cummins on point by Delboni. Cummins responds with a nice right hand.
Yeah, Cummins she's doing a nice job. Just the timing of her punches is very sharp.
got that reach, you got that jab.
Delboni coming forward, countering though is Cummins. 1 minute left in the fight.
A minute left, bud. We got a minute left. Tired. All right, let's go. You can solidify this with a takedown if you want it.
Kick to the body there by Delboni.
I love the rage in her face, TJ.
And she's screaming with these shots.
40 seconds.
Really, the 1-2 has kind of turned into a jab, right hook to the body. Just throwing.
Keep those coming.
Ashley's coming in and out, you know, trying not to be on the end of those punches, but still get her own shot in.
30 seconds.
Stop it. Give me the takedown.
Big swing and a miss by Delboni.
And that's where those takedowns would happen. That was a nice, as she defended it, she came up and did a nice left hook to the face. But she's defending the takedowns so far very well this round.
Credit to Cummins too. She's made some mistakes on those takedowns, but hasn't been forced to pay for it, not getting in a bad position.
10 seconds. I need 10 seconds.
Delboni coming on strong here. Left hand gets through.
Throw it down. Leave it all in there.
15 minutes in the books. Both ladies throwing their hands up. We'll see what the judges say. A lot riding on this decision at 105 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, having completed 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. All 3 judges see the bout identical. 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Ashley Smashley Cummins.
Said she moved a bunch of tickets before this event, and that's evident by the pop she received as she made the walk. Here we go. Chandler, the southpaw. Chelsea Chandler said that she did a lot of cardio for this fight, but had to change it up a little bit. Had to do a lot of sparring in California, where she lives. The fire's kind of compromising the air quality.
Yeah, you can see actually a very nice jab kind of motion coming from her, and then that setup for that left kick. You can see she's really been working on speed. Nice right hand there, good exchange.
No training with the Diaz's. She probably doesn't have a lot of holes in her jiu-jitsu game, but they like to box, and we see Chandler with some success early rocking Merry. Now into the clinch.
Up against the wall here, you can see Chandler's looking for an opportunity to get her opponent to the ground. Nice knee to the liver right there. That hurt. Look at the way she's burying her head underneath, trying to improve her position. Mizuki Merry is attempting to push her aside with her right hand, but oh, she's doing it. Really, that's a good block kind of position, but her legs need to be farther apart. She needs to be working her legs and her hips away. Chandler let her go.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
1-2 combination there by the Diaz-trained Chandler.
Looks like Mizuki Merry, she's got her jaw on her, TJ. That was a really nice straight left right hook.
Chandler trains a lot of boxing. Has worked with Olympic boxer Michaela Mayer. Now trying to put a show on with the hands here early. High kick. Merry tries to answer with a kick of her own.
Mary's doing a good job trying to outstep her, but unfortunately, she's not able to really get that position. You can see she's moving forward now, trying to take the initiative and drive forward on Chandler, but Chandler was doing some very good damage with her hands.
Merry not afraid to eat some punches to try to give some back, but Chandler bunching them up here. Stumbling is Merry. Really loading up on the kick there is Chandler.
She's slowing it down just a little bit, but she's throwing the same kick 3 times in a row, and Mary's making no attempt to grab it and take her down. It looks like she wants to be on her feet with Chelsea Chandler, but she's getting a little pieced up, although right now she's leading a little bit. Tie up.
Talk about the composure of Chelsea Chandler. She's not really getting too aggressive here either, picking her shots, making sure that everything she does counts, not getting too aggressive.
No, she's being very calm here in the clinch. Mizuki Merry is doing the right thing by trying to get the head off of her, trying to move around and getting into that kind of fish hook position, or where she can push on the head. Chelsea Chandler is aware of that, and she's trying to control the elbow with her left hand.
Chandler really using that head positioning. Well, you can't headbutt, but it doesn't mean you can't drive with the head and make your opponent feel it.
That's true, TJ. It's actually a great weapon, a great center of balance, or a place where you can put your weight so that you can launch attacks to the lower body.
So we got a little bit of a kerfuffle here. That round is in the books. It was only 3 minutes.
What?
Pro fights, And that was a 3-minute round.
Well, that needs to not happen.
So hopefully we'll make some adjustments. But, you know, watching our clock there on the screen, heard the 10-second clapper at 2 minutes and 50 seconds and the bell at 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a big mistake, and that is, you know, grounds for one of these fighters to actually overturn whatever happens in this fight, I think. I hope they fix that.
Round 2 underway. Chelsea Chandler in the green top, Mitzi Merry in the black with blue trim.
You see a lot of damage on the face of Mitzi Merry. She ate a lot of punches. You can see she's going to probably try and be more aggressive, push forward more in this round.
This combination with the hands again by Chelsea Chandler. Merry trying to answer, knee to the body.
Oh, elbow.
Really loading up here now is Chandler.
Good instinct by Mitzi Merry to grab that clench, try to pull her in tight so she can't keep punching there. But she is back up against the cage now and in danger of being taken down.
Looks like this is the type of fight that Chandler has wanted early, making it a dirty boxing affair, but she's had quite a bit of success at range as well.
She has. I mean, her hands have improved incredibly between the two fights that we've seen. Training with an Olympic boxer is that's a good thing to do. Now you can see she's trying to pull her opponent to and sweep that leg out a little bit and disrupt her balance. But she's continuing to throw knees and keep that kind of upper body clench push position so that Mitzi Merry can't get any sort of power in her strikes from her hands. This is an uncomfortable position to be in, very smothering. That was a nice getaway there, but she ate a shot for it.
Chandler attacking the body of Merry with that left knee.
And some of those body shots in the first round looked really painful. She's continuing to go for that, and you can see, I think they're having an effect on Mitzi Merry.
And Merry not really able to rest in this position, you know, forced up against the fence, wearing that weight of Chelsea Chandler and still eating strikes.
And look at the way Chelsea Chandler, she was fighting for the wrist control. When Mitzi Merry was trying to insert her hand, she was fighting for wrist control and did a nice job of kind of getting control of that situation again so she wouldn't really get hit with hard strikes. It's hard to launch a strong punch from such a close range. Elbows, however, elbows are great.
Grab her leg now.
I like the varying targets that Chandler is using here, mixing up the knees to the thighs of Merry as well as the body. So all of these shots, Merry can't really expect where they're coming from.
She can't, and it's also a wonderful way of doing what she talked about, like thinking about the judges. Pushing your opponent on the cage is a manner of control. Continuing to strike them from all angles, finding every opportunity to strike them, shows that you're the busier fighter. I don't think she's actually doing this for points. I think she's trying to find a finish, knowing Chelsea Chandler. But it does show some savvy of the sport.
2.5 minutes down here in round number 2. You see some blood coming from the nose of Mitzi Merry.
And Mitzi Merry rolled her eyes right there. I don't know if that shot was to the groin. It looked a little bit close, and I can see why that would be really frustrating if the ref doesn't call that. Nice little hand grappling going on there.
I think thus far this round has been pretty frustrating for Mitzi Merry, being controlled, not really able to get her game plan going as Chelsea Chandler's kind of shutting down her offense by keeping this fight in close quarters.
She is, and she's got the one underhook secure on the right. She's going for the wrist control. When Mitzi Merry is able to get her hand out, then she goes for the elbow control of the bicep control. And you can see Mitzi Merry's trying to get that grip off of her. And Chelsea's doing a nice job of just going from wrist to bicep, wrist to bicep. Nice.
Again, utilizing that head, really making Mitzi Merry uncomfortable. 90 seconds left in the second round. Some hands here by Chelsea Chandler.
Beautiful. You can see Mitzi Merry is coming right back with them, but as soon as she starts to launch her offense, Chelsea Chandler very wisely pushes her into the fence and starts to do damage to the lower body, keeps control in these exchanges.
Had a chance to talk to Mitzi Merry prior to this fight, and she said she played rugby in college, and she said you won't believe some of the stuff that goes on the rugby field. You can never be comfortable there, and she says that's adequately prepared her for taking some of these shots and going through these grueling types of battles, but she's got to do something here with a minute left in this round to try to make a statement.
She does, TJ. She's fighting for little things. She's doing what she should be doing, but unfortunately, she's just not doing it as quickly as Chelsea Chandler is. Chelsea Chandler's kind of beating her to the exchange. Now, that underhook dig was really good, but her legs are a little bit too close together to do anything with it. And you can see she lost the underhook, or at least the right underhook there.
30 seconds left here in the second round. Chandler again driving forward with that head.
And that is the most annoying thing in the world, TJ, to have, especially with braided hair, to have that pushing up against her. It's a great controlling position for a fighter to do.
All day, again. Knee the leg. Good, knee the face.
Final 10 seconds here in the round. Back at space, big kick there by Merry.
Really charging forward, trying to win the end of that round. Oh, punch after the bell.
Obviously, it's the biggest stage of her career thus far for Mitzi Merry. Chelsea Chandler, her second Invicta FC appearance here tonight. She's up big after 2. We'll see what happens here in this third round. Nice short little right hand there by Chandler.
You're gonna have to set them up.
Really loading up that kick as a Stockton native.
She is, and you know, it's not quite, I don't know what to say, but it's not quite successfully landing as much as I would think it would. It looks like a powerful kick, but really it's her boxing and her grappling against the cage that's, you know, giving her the most success in this fight, and she's returned to that now.
Talking to Chandler, I mean, this is kind of what she said her game plan was, to really lock down these positions when she was in, a dominant position. Don't stop the output of, trying to finish the fight, but, really solidify her status as the aggressor in the cage.
Right now, Mitzi's trying to use her overhook to change her position, to put some weight on that aggression, change the center of where the control is, and doing that hand fighting again with Chelsea's left and Mitzi's right. Nice little tie up there. You can see the overhook is just basically they're grabbing into holding each other's wrists.
Pummel!
Get that waist, get their hands together.
Pummel right there!
This has been the game plan for pretty much the entire fight for Chelsea Chandler, and she hasn't slowed down either. So this is a hard fight for Chandler on the cardio department, and she has not slowed down at all.
Control that wrist and push it down.
Get ready, get ready.
Control that wrist.
Knee again by
Control that wrist.
Chandler.
Get ready to clinch, get
You
ready
can
to
see
clinch.
Mitzi Merry's trying to grab that hand. She's inserted that underhook, but as soon as she goes for that underhook, you can see Chelsea Chandler's moving position. Now, this is an interesting tie-up. Mitzi Merry could actually, oh, never mind. Oh, she grabbed her foot.
Mitzi Merry trying to take advantage of it now, coming forward with some strike, kicking to the body is the Oklahoma native. You hear the Fire Lake Casino Arena coming alive for the Oklahoma native.
And I think that's that linebacker attitude right there. I mean, she's been, she's eaten some shots, and anytime that clinch is released, she charges forward and she tries to get those punches and kicks in, especially those kicks to the body.
Don't give up, let's go.
Chandler again with that underhook up against the fence. 2.5 minutes left here in the third and final round.
Knee the body, knee the legs.
And this is such an important game for mixed martial artists to practice. This wrist control, this punching against the cage, is digging for
Mitzi, push your
underhooks.
face away, push.
Get that wrist
I
control.
know you're trying.
See the blood again coming from the nose of Mitzi Merry.
Blood and frustration for being pinned up against the wall. It's not a great position to be in, and she cannot launch a very effective attack from there.
Control to the
2
drill.
minutes.
2 minutes, Mitzi, 2 minutes.
Come on, finish your fight. Finish, let's go.
Now there's an opportunity for her to push on the head and switch her hips side to side. And I think she's actually trying to do that and exit to the left.
Chandler's been afforded a lot of time by the referee here in this position because she's been really relentless with those knees as well. She really hasn't slowed down with the volume of strikes up here in this this clinch.
Yeah, that is, I mean, it's a way of collecting kind of attrition on the other person, or, putting attrition on the other person, I should say, and making them tired, having to fight defensively constantly. Now that knee or that leg across that Mitzi Merry is doing right now is actually making her very susceptible for a takedown. She's doing that to try and push forward and try and get some control, but now with her leg split, well, never mind. Switch back. Anyway, with her leg split, she would have been able, Chelsea Chandler would have been able to drop down and take her down, trip her over her left leg.
And this is a much different fighter than we saw in March when Chandler took on Kerry Kennison. So if Mitzi Merry was expecting the game plan that Chandler had against Kennison, I think she got swerved a little bit in this one. This is a different game plan than she showed back in March.
Absolutely, TJ. And she really wants to fight. You can see she's really frustrated. She wants this to be broken apart. She wants to be out there and in striking range where she is better. The crowd is on her side, and every time she throws one of her shots, people are cheering for her, and she's really trying to get control of it. But she does not have inside control in this clinch, and she's kind of unable to launch any sort of effective attack.
Final 20 seconds in this one. Chelsea Chandler in control of Mitzi Merry.
Really fantastic control game with the wrist to the, to the underhook, to the bicep, to those punches.
Chandler letting go of the strikes here in these final moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Chelsea Chandler.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Shawnee, Oklahoma tonight, Fire Lake Casino Arena. Invicta FC 32. Kay Hansen, Erin Blanchfield. We are underway. Hansen aggressive early, 3 wins on her mixed martial arts record. She's finished all 3 of those wins.
And her only loss really came as a result of an elbow, which, she didn't stop fighting. There was just a little bit too much blood for her to continue. The doctor called against it.
And there truly is no quit in Kay Hansen. We talk about the jiu-jitsu credentials of these ladies. Both are purple belts. Now we see Hansen in here on the clinch. We see early that Hansen not afraid to go to the grappling game with the accomplished grappler.
No, not at all. And actually, we saw where Blanchfield could have been in a lot of trouble because she gave up her back. She's able to turn in, but she's up against the cage now, and we're going to see some more of that strong cage wrestling, strong head pressure there.
I mentioned the motivation of Kay Hansen. She had a professional boxing bout earlier this year. She's always active. She's always looking for the next opportunity, and said she would go back and forth between the strawweight and flyweight division as fights present themselves, and that's why she's at 125 tonight.
And you can see, Blanchfield was able to spin her off the cage. She's back up on the cage there, but I'm wondering if the size is playing a little bit of a difference, or making a little bit of a difference, excuse me. I was really impressed with Hansen saying, I want to set myself apart in this crowd. That's smart. That's smart to have that strategy.
I asked Hansen why she called out Erin Blanchfield, and she said, we're both 19-year-old blue chip prospects, and she wanted to prove that she was, the best 19-year-old inside Invicta FC. And tonight, the youngest match, if you combine their ages, in the history of Invicta, and this is, a showcase of the future, I think.
Yeah, right now we see Hansen trying to use those underhooks to get some control. She wasn't quite able to, and now we see Blanchfield kind of getting that, pushing on the head. Nice elbow there from Hansen.
Blanchfield circling off the fence, getting back to space. 2 minutes down here in round number 1.
Oh, nice kick.
Now Hansen in on a takedown. Maybe going to try to take the back here of Blanchfield.
Yeah, she really does not want that arm over the back of the head there, and you can see she's trying to push it down and get it in between Hansen's head and the cage.
One thing to note here, Erin Blanchfield has done jiu-jitsu for a very long time. Kay Hansen has done jiu-jitsu for a while as well, but Kay has always been thinking about application for mixed martial arts, where Blanchfield has made that transition within the last year or so. So, you can argue that Hansen is the more veteran mixed martial artist in a roundabout way, training everything for this overall MMA game.
Yeah, it's kind of the argument of, some people want to have a base art before they come into MMA. They want to prove what they can do, like as a kickboxer first, or as a jiu-jitsu stylist first. And some people are just like, no, MMA is the art in itself. That's the art they're doing right now. And you can see Blanchfield has got double underhooks, and she's really doing a good job of pushing Hansen up against the cage now. Going for that single leg. Hansen's using the overhook to kind of prevent it, but she's dragged to the ground.
Hansen able to stay on her feet thus far, now putting Blanchfield back into the fence. Blanchfield utilizing that forearm to sort of break off the posture of Kay Hansen.
And I liked that slip elbow that she did on the way, TJ.
A fight here along the fence. Hansen tried to utilizing that head, make Blanchfield uncomfortable. Beautiful elbow finds a home there for Kay Hansen. But now Blanchfield able to reverse the position and put Kay into the fence, immediately reversed.
And you can see she was probably trying to set up, oh, she's over the head there. That's not a good position for her. You can see she was probably trying to set up her own elbow there, but you have to be quick on that if you're going to base on the head, otherwise you lose position. Now she's not in a great spot unless she's going to go for a hip toss position. Going to that overhook right there is smart. Oh, nice little knee. I like the way that curved in.
Need some strikes, Kay.
Final 45 seconds here in round number 1.
Nice.
Coming forward with some punches off the break is Hansen. Blanchfield now throwing a kick back into the clinch.
And the way Blanchfield braces on the face is what's kind of stifling a lot of the attacks of Hansen. Hansen's doing a good job of getting underneath. Right now, this is a very awkward position, but she, usually she's going for underhook positions or she's going for driving positions, and now it looks like trying for a sweep forward or backward to finish out the round. But Blanchfield's got that elbow and that forearm really pushed against the head, really controlling the head there. Smart strategy.
5 minutes in the books between these flyweights. Erin Blanchfield, Kay Hansen. This one headed to a second round. Again, 19-year-olds, Erin Blanchfield and Kay Hansen. Combination here early in the second round by Hansen, trying to punch her way into the clinch. Blanchfield trying to make space. Nice short little jab there by Blanchfield.
Yeah, that was a nice read of the lunge and coming back and getting inside of it.
Corner of Blanchfield telling her that the takedown will be there. Keep her eyes open for it. Nice right hand by Hansen gets through.
No clinching, no grabbing. No grabbing. Straight right. Step into it. Step into it.
That's it, make her miss.
Hansen now ducks under the strike into the clinch.
Get to the wall. Get to the gate.
Nice positioning.
Blanchfield ate an elbow there as they got to the fence.
She did, and her corner, like you said, they're calling for her to find her takedown, and Blanchfield has Hansen now pushed up against the fence in a kind of awkward position.
We've seen this position a couple times now, Julia.
We have.
No, she's used that forearm in a very unique way.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a really smart thing to do against somebody, especially when they're underneath you. Now it's a matter of kind of who's going to off-balance the other with trips, but when somebody's trying to get their head underneath your body, pushing it away and getting that, disrupting it from your hips and from their hips is smart. Now pulling up there with the double unders, again, smart thing to do with a shorter, smaller fighter.
Erin, her legs are very close together.
Underhooks here employed by Erin Blanchfield. Now trying to pummel on the inside is Hansen.
Erin, level change, Erin, you got double under.
Hansen's trying to dig that elbow in. She's trying to get to a more 50-50 position there and pushing her hips out to the side like that, pushing against the head as she goes.
Yes, good, head up.
Blanchfield switches to a single leg.
You can see Hansen's trying to defend it by inserting the leg between her Blanchfield's legs. And nice little short shots there, but oh, the double leg is right there.
Nicely done by Erin Blanchfield. Hansen trying to inch her way towards the fence.
And that's exactly what you need to do right there, TJ. You need your back on the fence to get up there. It was a good strategy. You see Blanchfield now is trying to dig for the feet while Hansen pushes against her head and tries to shift her hips so that she can step that leg through. Blanchfield's got a hold of that leg, though. That's over the foot, though. That's nice.
Really technical battle here for position between Erin Blanchfield and Kay Hansen.
Erin, suck her hips out off the cage.
What does Blanchfield need to do to secure this position and get this fight to the floor?
Well, she needs to pull her away from the cage. And actually, I just heard her corner yell that, too.
Oh, interesting.
I don't...
Interesting. I mean, I think that was a high-level, battle.
Yeah.
And the referee did not have it.
Yeah, I think that was actually a good clinching position, even though, they were down on the ground. I would have liked to see her try to work in that position some more.
But fight back at space now. Kay Hansen throwing some punches. Blanchfield circling away.
Why you throwing the left? Throw the right.
You can see Kay Hansen's really trying to tie up. She's really trying to get clinch every time they get close enough. And Blanchfield's doing that forearm shove. She's really doing a nice job of kind of spearing away. Now she's got double underhooks again.
Right in the corner of Blanchfield. She's getting advice. Trying to lower her elevation to maybe go for those legs.
She lost head position a little bit right there, TJ. And you can see Hansen is immediately inserting underneath the jaw. But Blanchfield's still in a good spot to get control. She's got the wrist and she's got the underhook. And she's got her head positioning back.
Combination of punches by Blanchfield. Now Hansen trying to respond in kind. Cut over the left eye there of Kay Hansen opened up.
We've seen her only loss come via cut. So, you know, it's going to be important to see if her skin is able to kind of be a little bit tougher in this one. That's not a reflection on her. It's just, you don't want to bleed too much.
Back to that awkward forearm position. Blanchfield able to control Hansen back up against the fence.
And Hansen's wrapped around the head, trying to switching to an overhook position, trying to get free. She's got her right arm in, her right hand in, but she's losing position because Blanchfield is just so good at kind of shutting it down.
10 minutes in the books. Strikes on the bell, maybe after the bell. Been a theme here tonight. Back to live action here in round number 3. Erin Blanchfield, Kay Hansen.
3-2.
Flurry of punches there by Hansen.
Hansen's definitely swinging pretty hard. Not wild, but with big intention there. And Blanchfield, at this point, really needs to work on that cut. She needs to work, you know, trying to reopen that cut and also pushing through and getting those double underhooks.
Pearl Gonzalez watching tonight, chiming in on Twitter at Invicta Fights, at TJ DeSantis, at JulesK_fighter, hashtag Invicta FC 32. She's right. These girls are young and talented, really the future of the sport and the division.
We see Hansen now has the double underhooks, and we see Blanchfield's over the top. Hansen attempts an elbow right there. I don't know if the elbow hit, I couldn't quite see. But now again, Hansen's on, back is on the cage, and Blanchfield's working to try to get her to the ground from there.
The truck has come across some evidence that may suggest that the cut over Kay Hansen's left eye may have occurred after a headbutt. Accidental, obviously, but see if it plays a factor here.
Got your takedown, champ.
Kay Hansen has finished all 3 of her wins, and we saw it in her last fight against Helen Peralta. You know, that fight went into the 3rd round, and Kay was still very aggressive. She never has any quit, always trying for the finish. And right now, Erin Blanchfield trying to be the aggressive fighter here and make a statement here in this 3rd and final round. Again, Hansen coming forward with some strikes. Blanchfield pushes her away. Ooh, might have been rocked there, but now in on a takedown is Blanchfield.
See, Hansen wasn't having any of that. You know, she turned out of it, came right towards her, but Blanchfield is back on her feet. It was a good, actually, effort, though, like good attempt right there, because it's going to make her a little bit more cautious of the outside takedown.
Back up against the fence here. Over, under for Blanchfield.
This is really like about who gets inside control. And I love the way Blanchfield's going up and down, where she went straight up and down like that. Those hands, I think, are, oh, they're almost locked underneath her. She just needs to lift her up to put her down so she can change the positioning. So, like, from that double leg position, Hansen's able to kind of push her hips down. Blanchfield's in on the single, goes back for that double leg. And it's kind of, you can see the balance point. Hansen's trying to use the cage to stay up, and she's able to get a little bit more leverage that way. So taking her away from the cage, picking her up and putting her down would be smart there. They spiraled away, though.
Hansen able to stay on her feet now, over-unders for her. Now she's trying to secure this position, putting Erin on the fence, but unable to do so.
Yeah, when you're in this kind of 50-50 tie-up, you have to think of, you know, if you're going to prize the positioning of the underhook or the overhook, like where are you going to be basing your weight? And it looks so, oh, nice. It looks like Hansen really wants to get back to a striking position. I think she's been very determined to throw some elbows, and Erin Blanchfield has as well.
Kay Hansen knew that aggression was going to be her friend in this fight. I mean, very evenly matched. The judges have a tall task in front of them, and picking a winner round by round. And Kay Hansen thought that she would secure the victory if she was the aggressive fighter throughout the 15 minutes.
Well, she's certainly been pushing forward when they're broken apart. She's certainly been initiating a lot of the exchanges, TJ. But on the fence, she's not winning the battles as much. She's able to do some pretty good defense, but I think it's Blanchfield smothering all day up on the fence. And maybe that's, there's a reason for weight classes.
We talked about the strength factor that Kay Hansen thought she would have. I think Erin Blanchfield is done pretty well in controlling some of those inside clinch positions, but now back at space. 1 minute left to go.
That was kind of a nice exchange. She did that forearm block, and then she was able to throw a right hand afterward. Ooh, big shot from Hansen there.
Chin on display there of Erin Blanchfield. High up in the clinch again now. It looked like Blanchfield's maybe going to try to sneak at the back and take the back of Hansen, but Hansen having none of it.
Yeah, she used that overhook well to shut that down. Now it's kind of a matter, and then I do think Hansen's quite strong. She's been dragging her back and forth, but Blanchfield is able to meet a lot of these attempts on the cage. Now it's Hansen pushing her up, trying to get a takedown.
19-year-olds showing off their skills inside the Invicta FC cage. Kay Hansen, Erin Blanchfield, final 10 seconds.
Break
15 minutes in the books. They finish with a scramble. Kay Hansen, Erin Blanchfield headed to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at cage side, Michael Scott scores it 28-28, a draw. Overruled by Mike Bauer and Kyle English, who scored the contest 29-28 for your winner by majority decision, Erin Cold-Blooded Blanchfield.
A majority decision goes the way of cold-blooded Erin Blanchfield. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Fire Lake Casino Arena in Shawnee, Oklahoma. This is our main event of Invicta FC 32. Touch of gloves, we are underway. Immediately to the clinch is the phenom, Felicia Spencer.
Those are some nice short elbows in from Sorenson. You can see she's trying to get her overhook position. Felicia Spencer, the one thing I love about her is just how much she wants to finish and how she will just always attack from every single position. I mean, that's what fighting is supposed to be about, but for her, it's like she can't not hit you.
Pam Sorenson trying to answer some of these attacks, but unable to do so. Now taken down, gives up her back. Felicia Spencer, one hook in. Trying to get that left hook in. Sorenson trying to fight it.
You can see Felicia Spencer is under the left arm of Sorenson. Sorenson's trying to kind of kick her off the top, but Felicia's got a very savvy game, and she's able to kind of keep that top pressure and not fall down with that hook.
A really nice adjustment here by Spencer to keep the position despite getting a bit higher on that back ride.
Yeah, now she doesn't have quite the leg hook that she had before, but she's on the back still, and now she's just going to be patient here, I think, and just really pull and break Sorenson down. She's high on the positioning. Like, this is from this attack platform. She's a little high. She can still fall off the top, but her arms are underneath, and she's able to kind of stretch her out and get to a better spot.
Spencer, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Pam Sorenson, a brown belt. A lot of time here for Spencer to work.
And you do not want to be underneath Felicia Spencer. She hits very hard, like I said, and she's always looking to finish.
We saw that in her Invicta FC debut, really busting up the face of Rachel Wiley, one of the biggest hematomas I think I've ever seen on a forehead. And we've really seen, as you mentioned, Felicia Spencer always going for the stoppage victory if she can get it, really making her opponents uncomfortable. I mean, I think about the Akila El Hamid fight she was caught in a guillotine, she was throwing knees. So.
Yeah, she said it helped to relieve the pressure to throw that knee a little bit, and it was startling my opponent.
Coming up on the halfway point here of round number 1. Pam Sorenson really needs to move. She's been controlled for a very long time. Now eating some shots to the side of the head. Nice elbow there by the Phenom.
Let's open her up. Perfect, Fee. There you go. Perfect positioning.
You can see Felicia Spencer momentarily shoved her weight down just a little bit lower so she could get a better grip with her arms. And now that she's up top, she's got that figure 4 lock on. She's around the neck, but not quite under the neck yet.
Nice adjustment there by Felicia Spencer. As you mentioned, that body lock compressing the diaphragm of Pam Sorenson.
And Pam Sorenson is actually attempting to footlock her there. I think she's got her legs wrapped over the bottom foot. Felicia Spencer's able to move out of it, but she lost one of her hooks.
See if she tries to dig it back in. Almost getting it.
Nice shots.
What does Sorenson need to do to get out of this position? Because Felicia's been relentless with this ride.
She has to keep scrambling. She also has to get control of the arms, get one of the arms across over the top so it's not underneath her arm, or under her neck. You don't want it under your neck either, right? But she's got to fight for arms and hips at the same time, and that's a lot of little adjustments, and that's a lot of little adjustments that Felicia is easily adjusting to. Now, Pam's kind of rocking her this way. She's got a better hip position, but Felicia's still scrambling, still trying to stay on top. Then she's back up.
Spencer able to make the adjustment. 1 minute remains here in round number 1.
1 minute, Pam, 1 minute. Less than a minute, Fee.
Pam is doing a good job of not letting herself get totally flattened and moving out one leg at a time.
Spencer's really been digging for the position, trying to wrap up a rear naked. Now we see some shots to the thigh of Sorenson. Would you like to see Spencer maybe switch to more ground and pound attack here, or do you like this submission attack?
I think she's trying to say something about jiu-jitsu. I think that Sorenson said something about, not being impressed with an American jiu-jitsu black belt.
She talked about the fight that she had with Viviane Gomes, where she struggled with the offensive jiu-jitsu of Viviane. Said, quite frankly, that Spencer wasn't the same black belt that Viviane was. And right now, Spencer bunching up some punches here. Sorenson moving.
And Sorenson, again, she's doing a good job of not getting tapped. And that sounds like a harsh thing to say, but it's actually very hard to not be tapped. Although that does put you in a defensive position the entire time. Felicia's
Round 2 underway. Our featherweight title fight, the main event of Invicta FC 32. Nice uppercut there by Sorenson, but Spencer pushing her right back into the fence.
Yeah, there's something about the way Sorenson moves. There's a recklessness about it that, it makes you feel worried for counterattacks on her, but at the same time, it's so much fun to watch somebody just try to punch, try to move, try to submit all the time, and not be cautious.
Suffocating is the strength here of Spencer. Sorenson trying to break that posture off.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's trying to break that posture, probably sneak her own elbow in or get her hips out. And Felicia immediately, from that position, drops down lower and attempts the takedown. It's dragging her to the ground. Sorenson's around the head, but again, Felicia Spencer riding the back. Oops. She dragged her down from an angle. I thought Sorenson could get out of that. It looks like Sorenson reversed.
We'll see Pam on offense now, top position for the Minnesota. This is the back and forth feel of this fight that Sorenson wanted to have. Half guard here for Pam.
Nice elbow there from Sorenson. She knows she has to keep her on the ground or keep her flat or find a way to cause damage. That knee on the way up was really well done.
Spencer aided now, controlling the clinch with Sorenson's back into the cage. 90 seconds down here in round number 2. The corner of Spencer saying, hey, throw some foot stomps. She obliges. She's going to watch that head on the outside, though. Sorenson landing some nice little elbows.
There you go. Drop. You got that double. High crotch. Let's finish it.
Spencer digging for that right leg.
Yeah, she's
high crotch takedown.
I was going to say, she's got the high crotch, and then she took her left leg and inserted it between. And Sorenson just rolls around. You know, she's able to get nice ground and pound.
Got to watch out for that knee. That was legal right there. Sorenson made sure that she was not on the ground with 3 points when she delivered it. Sorenson having some life here in round number 2. Short little forearm there. Spencer trying to get that takedown. Scramble.
You can see Sorenson maintaining that pressure on the neck. She's got a guillotine. Oh, she jumps
for it.
She's wrapping up pretty hard.
The brown belt and on a guillotine on the black belt.
And Felicia's, it's definitely, well, it's under the chin, but she doesn't look like she's suffering yet. You know, her eyes are open and she looks like very composed still.
She doesn't have her hands together anymore, does Pam Sorenson.
Yeah, and now she's in a position where Felicia Spencer again is on top of her. But Sorenson did a nice job of using that head to get control back.
Don't let her up, Felicia. Don't let her up.
Sorenson back to her feet. Double underhooks here for the Phenom.
Foot stomps, knees. Foot stomps, knees.
And she threads her leg in between those two legs, but that's how Sorenson was actually able to ride her before and kind of get to top position from the takedown. Just to be very careful about the hand positioning when she's doing that thread.
Push out the knee, push out. Knees, stop, double train. Give one back, where's the receipt?
Big knee there by Spencer. Now Sorenson answering some knees of her own back in space. Right hand.
And that's where Sorenson really wants to be, is finding those counter shots and then coming to the inside. She needs inside control in the boxing.
Now back in on that neck is Pam Sorenson. Spencer trying to peel the hand away. She gets free. 1 minute left in round number 2.
Foot stops, 1 minute left, please. Foot stops. Foot stops.
Really effective with that foot stomp is Spencer. You don't see it a lot, but she's utilized it in multiple fights here in Invicta.
Nice positioning there from Sorenson. 2 really hard knees.
Pam able to get free. See if she turns up the volume with a little over 30 seconds left here in round number 2. Big right hand.
And this is where, yeah, this is where Felicia, you know, we've not seen her tested as much in these positions. You know, she's getting pieced up a little bit with those hands, and she's still active. She's still pushing on the head, still looking for dominant positioning, but Sorenson's having some success here.
High kick by Spencer. Oof. Final moments here, round number 2.
Nope. There's that reversal again. She's able to get that, TJ, because when she threads the legs and tries to drag her down, Sorenson's got that overhook, and all she has to do is pull her hips and readjust and smash into each other.
Round 3 underway. Felicia Spencer with a big kick. We talk about how Pam Sorenson is a counter striker. What do you think of her counter attack thus far? She needs a hard push kick there to the face.
Well, taking advantage of that push kick to come in on a single was smart. I think her counter attack's been good. I think she's launched some very effective offense too. You know, Felicia Spencer's got those beautiful Taekwondo kicks, but like I said, she's got to be careful with the motion. She can't do too much, or she'll, you know, leave the leg out too long or be predictable.
Superman punch there by Felicia Spencer. Sorenson mixing up some strikes going to the body.
One body, one body. Oh, wait, one body. Keep circling like that feed. Peppers, back good.
Spencer's still throwing volume, but the power not there like it was earlier in the fight. Now Sorenson coming on.
Yeah, Sorenson's got those pinpoint strikes when she wants them. She does a really nice job of kind of reading the open when Felicia Spencer lets her arms open up.
Fall that up, fall that up.
Punches have slowed down quite a bit from Spencer.
See if Sorenson can capitalize.
She's still got a bounce. She's still looking kind of for that lateral motion, but you know, Felicia's also moving to her right. She's just not quite putting her combinations together with that much power. Oh, I say that. She throws a nice elbow.
Right hand kick combination. Spencer coming forward into the clinch. Now going for the legs of Sorenson.
Bounce off that cage and run the pipe. Left on the outside. Left leg out, left leg out.
Yeah, Spencer's corner called for her when she was on that single leg to run the pipe, and I think that's a good idea instead of trying to trip forward. Yeah.
See if Sorenson can win this scramble, trying to get in top position. Now back to their feet.
That was good hips from Sorenson. Again, she's using her overhooks very effectively for counter wrestling on the ground.
Run the punch.
Keep that head. Kicks, punches.
Nice. Show little forearms.
Knees, feet, knees. Good, stay
Foot
busy.
stop, let's go.
This is a grueling type of fight, not only for Pam Sorenson to wear the weight of Felicia Spencer, but this is taxing on Felicia as well inside the clinch.
And fighting is exhausting, TJ.
You don't say.
Nice right hand there from Sorenson.
Follow that with something. I want level change after that or something.
Punches and bunches, speed. Let's get some combos going. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 3, 2. Come on, speed.
Look a headbutt there.
I was going to say, I'd seen both their heads clash right there, but hard to see from the angle we had. But you can see Felicia Spencer's pushing her forward, really trying to get kind of a front elbow on her. Nice body shots there from Sorenson. Nice little sharp elbow she moves to her right.
And we're seeing the Muay Thai background of Pam Sorenson come out here.
One of the reasons I started studying Muay Thai, TJ, was because a Muay Thai fighter beat me up in Taekwondo, Taekwondo sparring match. I was just like, I want to know both now.
90 seconds left here in round number 3.
And I think, yeah, Felicia Spencer really needs to put more than kind of that punch kick together to get this. I think 3 punches, 3 kicks, something like that. She's driven Sorenson to the cage, but again, she's a little bit, you know, Sorenson's kind of got a read on that. She keeps that right hand for inside control and snaps those elbows or controls the bicep. And that's how she's able to spin out.
And Sorenson now back at space, trying to get a combination. Less than a minute remaining here in round number 3. Featherweight title on the line. The undefeated Felicia Spencer, Pam Sorenson. Shawnee, Oklahoma. DJ DeSantis, Julie Kenzie. Now Spencer in on a takedown. She secures it. 45 seconds left, less than that.
She doesn't have a lot of time to work, but she's in a good position if she can pull her a little bit away from the cage. Sorensen's understands she's in trouble. She's locking up the upper body, trying to stay calm, and Felicia Spencer's got to push forward and really start delivering that ground and pound.
Felicia trying to throw some strikes behind her back there.
Sorenson's climbing her legs up the cage so she can change her angle. That's smart. She can swing for an armbar right there.
Final seconds here of the 3rd round.
Good,
15 minutes in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds between Felicia Spencer and Pam Sorenson. 4th round underway. Felicia Spencer, Pam Sorenson. Spencer coming in with that kick immediately back, or punch immediately back into the clinch. Sorenson having none of it, trying to get back at space. Combination by Spencer.
There have been quite a few front kicks from Sorenson to the midsection of Felicia Spencer. They don't seem to have made that much of an impact, but you got to think they're slowing you down, making you a little tired after a while.
Spencer throwing that kick to the lead leg of Sorenson. She checked it every time.
We've seen some really fun elbows tonight.
Sorenson content to eat that kick to the lead leg and follow up with a right hand.
They just kind of keep crashing into each other and then moving apart. I think that's what happens when you get a very good counter striker and then somebody who just is trying to get the read on the countering. I think there need to be punches in front of those kicks for Felicia Spencer. Every time, you know, she throws an kind of a naked kick like that, she gets tagged.
Oh, nice right hand gets through by Pam Sorenson.
Ooh, nice.
Now Spencer coming forward. Elects to keep punching rather than securing the clinch. Sorenson may be in trouble, tries to answer with a knee. So the action here in this 4th round, the Phenom pushing off Sorenson. Now in on a takedown.
Now that was well done, the way she pushed her off, and then she got into that. She really needs to explode in that double leg now if she wants to get her down. She's got her off balance. Oh,
Sorensen benefited. Yeah, Sorensen benefited from grabbing a hold of that pad. She gets in top position, but Spencer, see if she can get back to her feet. Triple elbows here by Pam Sorenson.
She's doing great. Wow.
Knee.
With that overhook, using that for her get-ups. And that really, I think that really affected Spencer.
Keep that wizard height, that wizard height.
In that takedown attempt, it looked like Pam Sorenson had grabbed the pad of the cage. Nice knee to the body there by Pam Sorenson.
Yeah, and Felicia Spencer's got to feel a little bit like, you know, a little bit more confident maybe right now that that front kick got hers. It really did rock Sorenson for a second. She was really taking control of the striking. And, you know, that's kind of invigorating at times, even though they're back kind of clinched up where they usually go.
Head in the chin, Fee, head in the chin. Let's use that pressure. Forehead and chin, perfect. Good adjustment. Hey, drop.
Relentless pressure here in the clinch by Felicia Spencer.
Perfect. Hey,
Oh, nice.
Trying to roll through is Spencer.
That's what I'm talking about right here, John. Good.
Sorenson's locked up arm and guillotine. I think that's more for control and position and to try and prevent that takedown. That arm digging underneath the head and the armpit will give her the space to move her hips. Felicia's doing a nice job of just maintaining constant pressure. She really needs to run the pipe and not go for a double leg there. Sorenson's got great balance right here.
90 seconds left here in round number 4.
Knee speed, come on.
Pummeling in is Sorenson. Trying to circle off the fence is Pam, but Felicia keeping it right there.
Oh, nice knee.
Good pressure.
Sorenson looking for the opportunities. Under there, she's trying to take advantage of them, but
Minute 20 left.
you know, being controlled is Sorenson. Spencer not really letting her get back at range. Pam tried to go for that takedown again, but Spencer now in on the back.
She got really excited, didn't get her hooks in there, but she's still climbing. She's still in a position where she can do some damage. You can see Sorenson's trying to get her back to the cage, trying to get it to a position where Felicia can't stretch her out, but it looks like she's underneath the chin.
She is. We'll see it. There it is, and it's done! The Phenom!
Wow.
Felicia Spencer is the new Invicta FC Featherweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 4 minutes, 23 seconds of round 4 for your winner by way of tap out due to rear naked choke. And the new Invicta FC Featherweight Champion of the World, Felicia Phenom Spencer.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie tonight inside Fire Lake Casino Arena, Shawnee, Oklahoma. We are underway. Touch of gloves. Connor's in the all black, Avila, black with purple, immediately coming forward with strikes. Very aggressive is the Raging Panda.
Connor's just trying to tie up, slow down some of that aggression. You can see Raging Panda, I love that, is underneath. She's got that underhook. Her hands are locked. Oh, not locked on the inside there. And she's trying to shift the position so she can get that takedown.
Connor's trying to break the posture with that forearm. Avila staying inside this clinch, trying to control her.
Watch that trip. Yep, control the hand. Control the hand. Fight the inside elbow. Circle. Go center.
Connor's able to break free, but Avila not letting her off the fence, coming forward with some strikes.
Big punches, TJ.
Avila now officially past the point of her Invicta FC debut over the 40-second mark, so she is in control here, trying to come out very aggressive and make that statement. Connor's covering up, some big strikes here by Avila.
Yeah, you can see Avila controls her up against the fence with her head and tries to get that bicep control. When Connors moves, anytime, you know, push her head away, Avila immediately rattles off elbows or a flurry of strikes. Pushing on the head right there is smart, but you can see Avila's trying to get control right there as well. Right now she's got her elbow pinned up against her body. It's interesting.
Damage onto the legs, Julia.
Use both hands.
Damage onto the legs, Julia.
Is Connor able to slow this fight down? Because you see Julia Avila really controlling the pace of this action. Alexa not really able to rest.
Yeah, she needs to get her head lower, TJ. She needs to spread her legs apart, and she needs to get much lower in this clinch. She's letting Avila get too much control of the balance. Nice knee there. Oh, whoa!
High to the head, Julia Avila.
Oh, goodness.
Pouring up some elbows here. Alexa Connors in big trouble.
Yeah, you can see she's wrapped over the head, but that knee, her nose looks pretty messed up from that.
Yeah, it is crushed. Julia Avila in business here in round number 1.
Julia Avila is kind of digging for that leg. She's wrapped around the head, and Connors is trying to get to an underhook. She gets an underhook position right there. Now, she needs to get her other arm locked into an overhook and try to push away from the cage. Nice knee.
Aggressive is Avila. Connors showing that damage.
See, Avila's dragging her, trying to just drag her to the ground right there. Connors resists it, and she's doing a good job kind of pushing away from that. But that overhook needs to be more into play. She needs to shift her hips and get kind of away from that constant aggressive pressure. However, every time she disengages, you know, she gets punched. That nose is messed up, TJ. Nice knee.
What is Alexa Connors feeling with the badly damaged nose like that this early in the fight? Is that gonna wear on her? Ooh, that one will wear on her.
It depends. Like, it depends on what a fighter's mentality is when they see their own blood. It might motivate her. To me, it looks like she seems to, she can only breathe out of her mouth at this point, right? So that does make it harder for her, maybe cardio-wise later on. But she seems to be trying to do the right things, digging for the underhook and pushing. She's just kind of giving up the balance right there.
Julia Avila, she calls herself a competitive snuggler. I don't want to be a part of this kind of snuggling, I'll tell you that.
Ooh, that was a big trip attempt from Alexa Connors. Julia Avila jumps on her, just throwing wild punches. Connors gets a nice right in there. You can see she's still here, she's not out.
Avila very measured here, picking her shots. Connors not out of this one yet.
No, it could be she's more motivated now, having kind of woken up to that. But her stance, her arms are a little bit too wide. Avila's really able to kind of move to the inside there with that jab. Connors likes to do more karate-style kicks, so it's interesting to see when she blades her body more. Avila, again, lands some really strong punches.
Push kick to the head. Backs up Connors. Avila, 45 seconds left to work in this round.
Excuse me. Avila comes back. She's trying to center around. I think she wants to keep the rest of this round off of the fence and, kind of try to showcase some striking.
Credit to Connors. A nose definitely damaged, but she's still composed here.
Big
combination of punches by Avila.
She sneaks that right hand in there, but it's not enough, when you're being put back. She's got to kind of launch her own offense or really start working some more angles. Standing right in front of Avila is the issue.
Avila coming forward. Connors staying composed, but Avila bunching up some punches here to end the round. Connors hanging tough. Julia Avila put on first round performance that she wanted to back in May. She's making tonight count. Round 2 underway. Connors coming out with some kicks to start the second frame. Hard right hand finds a home by Avila. And again, Connors still far from out of this one, coming forward, trying to get her game going.
Yeah, and I think the problem is she's not really attacking on angles that we've seen from her in the past. She's standing right there, not moving her head, and it's making it, and then stepping right back into the fence. It's making it kind of easy for Avila to find her right hand.
Win, bring your butt to me.
That nose is leaking of Alexa Connors. Nice knee to the body there by Avila.
You can see she's bracing her way out in that position. That was nicely done. She's off the cage. Avila's been throwing front kicks to the nose too, which I think is a smart thing to do. Big overhand.
Let's go, hands up, chin down.
No elbows. And stay high.
Hands up, chin down, like it.
Connors feinting with some strikes. Avila coming forward with a 1-2 combination.
Goodness.
Connors backed up once again by the strikes of Julia Avila.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, big hook. And you can see Connors is trying to make the adjustment by bringing her elbows up so that, Avila might hit the elbow with some of those punches, but she's not quite doing it fast enough, and they're dropping in between attempts.
Avila's still aggressive, but more calculated here in the second round.
Every time you
Yeah, this is the time when she should pick her shots, really kind of work that nose, try to cause more damage to it.
Let's go, Alexa. Back straight up.
Connor's trying to set up her strikes, utilizing the jab there. A lot of feints here, movement.
Be ready,
Kick from Connors.
Yeah, she did that little shift and then tried to throw, or threw a head kick and didn't try to throw it. She threw a head kick, but Avila kind of really didn't notice it.
Julia Avila, aggressive. Once again.
Look at the way Connors, she comes right back to the middle. Like, she's composed here. She's in this fight. She's just not quite launching enough of an offense. That was smart to do. Come back to the center of the ring. She knows that she's been pushed up against the cage. Staying out here is where she's going to be able to kick, and she's going to be able to do some of her more, you know, karate-style attacks.
We talk about the composure of Alexa Connors. I mean, she knows she needs to fight her fight, not get lulled into this Avila type of fighting. And like you said, she took a step back, made sure that she was maintaining her position. She hopes to get going, but right now, more strikes by the Raging Panda. Alexa Connors covering up.
Oh my goodness. Flurry of strikes, takedown attempt, and then back up to the strike. She's
Julia
swarming.
Avila coming alive. The Shawnee crowd here in Oklahoma showing their approval, now going to the wrestling game is Avila. And again, credit to Connor. She weathered the storm and was able to clinch up and slow down that offense.
You can see she's breathing heavily out of her mouth right now. There's no way she's getting air out of that nose. It's probably a little bit distracting for her at this point. Wrapping around the head like that is not something a wrestler would necessarily do, but it was a good way to kind of slow her down, slow down that flurry of punches. Now again, we're jockeying for position on the cage. Avila's got the head position. She's got her pressed in there.
Sarah Kaufman watching tonight on Fight Pass. She's tweeting she definitely wants a winner of this fight. Julia Avila thus far making a case that it's going to be her. Knee to the body there. Connors again with that over-under. See if she can try to circle off. What does she need to do to slow down this offensive pace from Avila?
Well, there's that big thing again. It has to do with her hips and her hand position, TJ. She's got to be shifting her hips back and forth and taking advantage of when she can kind of push to one side. So she's got that overhook. She needs to insert that head, or if she's got that frame with the head, she's got to use that to push and then angle quickly. Now she's back in the center again, but I think it's more that Avila led her at this point.
Nice right hand by Connors off the Avila kick.
Let's go. Let's go.
And what Avila's doing so well is that range with her punches. She's really got a sense of how long her arms are.
Big punches here by the Raging Panda. Alexa Connors covering up. Now able to get back into the clinch. 30 seconds left here in round number 2. The blood is pouring from the nose of Alexa Connors.
You can see Connors trying to dig in for the, Avila disengages and then starts rattling up those punches again. This is where she doesn't always have a range. Nice thing. Oh!
Connors in trouble, and it's done! The Raging Panda!
Wow.
Making a statement tonight in Shawnee, Julia Avila.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes, 43 seconds of the second round for your winner by technical knockout, Julia Raging Panda Avila.
Julia Avila.
Oklahoma Invicta FC presents 3 rounds at a catch weight of 150 pounds. Introducing first, fighting to my right out of the blue corner. She's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing officially at 154 1/2 pounds. Her record: 5 wins, opposite 4 defeats, fighting out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sarah Primal Patterson. And across the cage, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai fighter, weighing in at 150 1/2 pounds. Her record: 8 wins, 9 losses, 1 bout even, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kaitlin, the Striking Viking Young. And your referee in charge, Liz Carrero.
Liz Carrero getting this assignment. Kaitlin Young, the Striking Viking, taking on the Iowa native, Sarah Primal Patterson. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Fire Lake Casino Arena here in Shawnee, Oklahoma, the site of Invicta FC 32. We are underway. Sarah Patterson, nearly 6 feet tall, has fought over the years as high as 208 pounds. You know, fighting back in the days when there was no real weight class for women. It was, oh, you're a woman, fight another woman.
And yeah, you can see it's that old school attitude that she brought to this, you know, taking the fight on 1 week's notice.
Right.
Kaitlin Young's doing a nice job with those right round kicks.
Nice right hand there by the striking Viking. This is obviously Kaitlin Young's world. She's focused on Muay Thai and kickboxing for the better part of the last 4 years. And Patterson, you know, really needs to do something to make this her fight. And striking him the outside with Kaitlin Young may not be the best situation to be in.
Yeah, I think one of her strengths is the ground, and I think she needs to tie up with Young as soon as possible. Young is able to kind of pick those shots, even though clearly Patterson has the reach advantage in this.
Young waiting for her opportunity. Right hand gets through. Patterson didn't like that one.
Oh, look how patient Kaitlin Young is being, though. She's not rushing anything. She's finding exactly the right opportunity to hit off of there. Yeah, again, I'd like to see Patterson put some combinations together and go in there. Oh,
ooh, Patterson might be hurt.
Oh.
Young might be putting on the finishing touches. It is done. Kaitlin Young gets the win. Stoppage victory. Looked like she hurt the lead leg there of Sarah Patterson. And that's a testament to the power of Kaitlin Young's kicks.
Yeah. Oh, they hurt, TJ. I've received quite a few of them. Yeah, Patterson, it looks like she kind of did, you know, she reached down for her leg, which is not a great thing to do against somebody who has such accurate striking as Kaitlin Young, and Young was able to kind of unload on her.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute 25 seconds of the first round. Referee in charge waves off the contest for your winner by TKO, Kaitlin, the striking Viking Young.
Shawnee, Oklahoma tonight, the site of Invicta FC 32. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Fire Lake Casino Arena. Touch of gloves for Verbique in the pink. Paparaki in the black with pink trim.
I like Paparaki's motion. You know, she's moving her head around. She's keeping her legs in motion, trying to make sure the kick, I was gonna go, the Fight Queen, which I think is just a fantastic name, doesn't get a beat on her, and she grabbed her leg right there, ate a couple shots.
Verbique said that her kickboxing game obviously is prevalent. We've seen that, but she thinks that there are still different approaches to kickboxing. She had to refine her style a little bit for mixed martial arts. She said it wasn't just going out there and kickboxing like she does in the Glory Ring. So we'll see what kind of adjustments she does make here tonight.
Yeah, and one of those adjustments, I'm guessing, is working with the cage. We saw in that last fight how much the cage plays a factor in clinch work.
Saw the quick knees there and an elbow for good measure by Verbique, but now she's pressed up against the fence. Underhook here employed by Paparaki, but not very comfortable here.
You can see the way Verbique is wedging her head away, trying to keep her from getting underneath.
Now really digging is Verbique, trying to peel her off.
Yeah, Paparaki's moving to try and get kind of a high crotch position. You can see her sneaking that leg around, trying to off-balance her, but yeah, from this position, it's a little bit hard to see, but it looks like the head is wrapped up pretty well there, and she's gonna try and flip her over.
And this is really the adjustment that Verbique needed to make coming over to mixed martial arts. Now we see almost takedown there by Paparaki.
Yeah, Paparaki's got her hands locked underneath the rear end of Verbique, and that's a great position to be in if you can lift her up from the cage. Nicely done with the trip.
Now we'll see Verbique try to show off her ground skills. Paparaki in business here. Trying to pass the guard is the Denver native. 2 minutes down here in round number 1. Some right hands to the body by Paparaki.
You see Verbique's trying to establish a better position and also trying to just lock her in. She looks a little bit fish out of water right there, TJ, but we don't know. She may have been really getting some good ground skills. I like the way she's yanking on the head like that. That's really frustrating her opponent. Trying to control the inside line. It's almost like a plum right there. Now you can see that leg over the top is actually putting her at a position where she can launch some good ground and pound. She has to be very careful of her balance, Paparaki.
Verbique training for a mixed martial arts debut. This is something that I think is probably a little bit different in the training room as opposed to being in the actual cage. It's hard to figure out how the cage can be your friend in a position like this, and Verbique needs to make it her friend here.
She does, TJ. She's locked her legs up around Paparaki, when in fact she needs to be using her legs to create leverage so she can get her back to the cage and use it to get up. She's actually pulling herself parallel to the cage, which makes it harder to get up. There's some sweeps that are available right there, but you know, I'm not sure if she can disrupt the balance of the other fighter or not.
Verbique doing a fine job at controlling the posture of Paparaki, not really letting her make a ton of space to really rain down the punishment.
Yeah, I really like the way she's controlling the head, TJ. It does make it harder for Paparaki to launch an attack. You can see the grinding of the head right there.
90 seconds here. I mean, Verbique needs to do something more than just controlling her posture. I mean, the offensive output from Paparaki is enough to keep the referee from intervening. Paparaki had control of her left arm there for a brief moment, but Verbique got it back.
Yeah, you can see she was almost like going, Verbique was trying to go for some sort of underhook sweep, but Paparaki used it to her advantage to pull out of there and start slamming. I really like that ground and pound when her hand is free, but Paparaki is being trapped, her upper body is being trapped, making most of the shots kind of lower body knees, which is very painful.
Now controlling that left arm is Paparaki, unable to maintain the position, and Verbique able to get back to her guard.
Yeah, you can see she wrapped that up pretty quickly. She knows what she's like, she knows what position she doesn't want to be in, right? But you can see that Paparaki is using her head, trying to get leverage so she can pull her arms free. And Isis Verbique isn't doing enough to kind of push her away and get out.
A foot on the hip here now for Verbique. 30 seconds left in the opening round. The guard is open here.
Thank you.
Looks like she's
Hey, now put your weight down. There's too
maybe
much
trying
space.
for is she trying to make space with that foot on the hip there, Julia?
You know, I think she is, but I think with the other leg wrapped over the top, it's kind of difficult for her to use one with the other unless she really ties up one of the arms or she gets that launch of her hips to the side.
5 minutes in the books here between Catherine Paparaki and Isis Verbique. Paparaki had to eat some punishment early, but she got the fight into a clinch position, got the takedown, and really took over from there. Headed to round number 2, Catherine Paparaki, Isis Verbique. Strawweights inside the Invicta FC cage, live tonight in Shawnee on UFC Fight Pass. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie. See that head movement again on display by Paparaki, pawing with the jab. Verbique hitting her with some shots here. Verbique, a kickboxer, has never had to go, 5 minutes in one round before. We'll see if, that taxes her a little bit differently than, kickboxing matches do.
And she's shifting ever so slightly and trying to stay in a position where she won't be pushed straight back, and she's finding little shots, which those look actually very hard. What she needs to not do is get past that middle runner, right? So that ooh, nice shot there.
Beautiful left hand finds a home for the Glory veteran.
And she retook the center there. Unfortunately, she lost at the end to Paparaki, but Paparaki's, kind of using her front hand to guide and push, and Isis Verbique's looking for those counter shots.
It's important that Verbique stays aggressive as well. In the first round, she got that plum clinch, landed some knees, but ultimately got taken down. She can't change her aggressive nature when it comes to striking because she fears the takedown. And thus far, through round number 2, I think she's still being more aggressive, being true to her style of fighting.
Yeah, that was a really nice shot straight down the middle. What she needed to change was her footwork, right? Not going straight back. And so going side to side, moving laterally so she doesn't get pinned against the cage is what she needs to do. Here she needs to come back to the center. You can see Paparaki was looking for an opportunity to push her, and she rightly circles to her right and comes right back to center again.
Paparaki's confidence growing a little bit, staying on the feet here, but you see that explosive striking ability there of Verbique. Even when she doesn't land, the strikes come so fast.
She's extremely fast, TJ. And you can see that Paparaki, even though she's confident in her striking, wants to, nice reversal on the ground, wants to get the fight to the ground.
Paparaki shutting down the guard there of Verbique, not able to get the full guard, half guard employed here.
Now, with control of the head, Verbique actually has to find a way to launch an offense here. She's got to make sure she can move or sweep, or move her hips or sweep, or find some way to actually look like, you know, she's getting some damage done. Otherwise, she's going to be, again, on the bottom, eating shots and basically defensive.
Yeah, very defensive is Isis Verbique. Would you like to see her change her arm positioning? I know sometimes you need to get that underhook to change position. She's just really grabbing onto the head and getting overhooked.
Yeah, it's grabbing onto the head is actually slowing down her game. That slows down the punches from the top, but it also does not allow you to launch any sort of significant offense. I think if she gets a left underhook and she shifts her hips, she'll be able to do a little bit more work.
Get your left knee out a little more. Keep your balance.
Paparaki working here from the half guard. Nice elbow to the body of Verbique.
And Verbique's not really doing anything to move her hips. She's kind of given that mount take if she doesn't start shifting.
See if Paparaki looks to pass the guard, or if she is content here to strike. Again, Verbique really holding on to that head.
Yeah, she's holding on. She wrapped herself up so she could get that leg a little bit more trapped. But yeah, over the head like that is not actually her friend. You can see Paparaki's trying to get control of that wrist underneath. Verbique says, no way, just lock that head back down.
And it's one thing to hold on to try to force a referee to stand them up, but she's holding on and keeping Paparaki close, but not shutting down the strikes of her opponent.
Yeah, and there's that mount take that she was kind of giving up. She had the opportunity to get a butterfly hook there.
Nice shoulder shrug there by Paparaki. Verbique covering up.
Big strikes here from Paparaki.
Paparaki knows she's in a good position, now trying to rain down the strikes.
And you can see Isis Verbique knows she cannot be still here. She cannot be flat. She's got to stay in motion. She's pushing off of those legs. Now, Paparaki went for an armbar, found that she did, oh, wow, that looked like a headbutt to me.
Very close. Maybe the referee's calling it. He is. I think it was an accident. She was going for a shoulder shrug, but unfortunately landed with the headbutt. And, oh, wow. Referee taking away a point. That will change the entire narrative of the second round.
It will, and you know, I don't know, I can't see the damage done on her face from that, but those, yeah, there's a pretty big welt. Skull on skull is very painful.
45 seconds left in the round. It's a round that Catherine Paparaki has controlled thus far, but now Verbique trying to take over. Knees to the body here by the kickboxer, nice elbow. Paparaki rushing forward, able to get back to the clinch. 30 seconds left in the round.
Now when she lets Paparaki get inside control, that's when Paparaki is able to work and she's able to get her to the ground. She needs to keep, if she's going to do that clinch work, she needs to keep her hips far away and start wrenching the head. This position is not good for Isis Verbique. She's got a little bit of, you know, kind of muscling out of it, but you can see eventually Paparaki is able to pull her to the ground by shifting her balance and weight.
Referee immediately saw it and did not waste any time, taking away a point from Catherine Paparaki. Third and final round underway. Catherine Paparaki has been in control of this one, but we've seen Isis Verbique have some moments with that striking. She really needs to make one of those moments count here in this third round.
She does, TJ. She needs to go for the kill at this point. She needs to get a knockout.
Credit to Paparaki as well. She's never really taken a step backwards in this fight.
No, she's relentless in that forward pressure. She really is confident that her strikes will get her to the position that she wants to be, and they have so far. She's been eating some shots on the way in, though.
Paparaki right back to work, looking for that takedown. Verbique able to stifle it for the time being, but now in on a single leg is the Denver native.
Verbique's trying to kind of lock up with an arm-in guillotine right there. I'm not sure how successful that's going to be, but Paparaki does have her head forward and her hips away. She needs to get her hips a little bit closer if she wants to complete a takedown here.
Widening her base is Verbique. Well, it's not a submission. I think it is, you know, really keeping her on her feet thus far here in this third round.
It is. It's a little bit reminiscent of what's happening on the ground. Just wrapping up that head is going to keep her from being able to launch those hard strikes. However, it does kind of keep the action from happening. It slows things down. She's not able to strike her. And once again, Paparaki takes advantage of the position to take her to the ground. Now, again, we're in an arm-in guillotine. It's a difficult position to finish.
Trying to wrap up that guard is Verbique. She loses control of the head.
You got about 3
Right back
minutes.
to half
I need your
is Catherine
passer to
Paparaki.
finish this fight.
Now this is actually an opportunity for Paparaki to rest and kind of get her wits about her, you know. She ate some pretty hard knees on the way in from that clinching position on her feet, but she has to finish, I think, in this round, or she has to look for that finish and really make a statement here because of that loss of a point.
Keep it going.
Isis Verbique, a work in progress when it comes to mixed martial arts. Catherine Paparaki, I think, is pretty confident that Verbique really doesn't have much but a defensive nature on the floor, and she's been able to be in control because of it.
It's true. Never underestimate the strength of underhooks, especially on the ground. Verbique is just not really underhooking and, you know, using leverage points to get out of bottom position.
Quick, short little hammer fist there by Paparaki.
2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Hey, we're halfway through.
Look at the way she wedged there to throw that elbow at the top. That's very nice. She's wedging on the neck right there, which is an uncomfortable position, but not illegal. But pushing on the head and sliding to that elbow can really cause some damage.
Yes, high output. You have 2 minutes left in all the cardio in the world.
We saw Paparaki get the mount earlier in the fight. That's where the accidental headbutt came, and a lot of fighters prefer this half guard position to do some ground and pound because it allows you to control your opponent.
It does. It gives you a position, you know that you can even move forward to a mount, like as she did right there, but you have a nice position to base. And again, mount for Paparaki. Oh, her mount is a little high. She's trying to set up that armbar, and it looks like she's in it.
Catherine Paparaki in business. Isis Verbique trying to defend. A lot of time here for Catherine Paparaki to wrap up this arm. Is Verbique safe here? Looks like she...
Yeah, she's pulled her elbow out, but she's not doing enough to get to her feet right there. She should be in Scramble City right there and not seating her back, or well, the mount.
Back to mount is Paparaki. Verbique trying to induce a scramble.
And I actually don't like that stepping over the arm that she's doing right there. I think she's much better to play up and down with her mount like this and keep those hands. Those hands are punching her from the bottom, but she's getting very significant strikes on top.
So a lot of time here for Paparaki to secure a stoppage. Not controlling the posture once again is Isis Verbique.
And this is where Paparaki really has to be careful and not lose position and just keep her composure, wedge her way out, and find some of those strikes again.
Paparaki not slowing down with offense here.
Get heavy on those hips. Yep, there you go.
Isis Verbique needs to be bucking those hips and trying to shrimp out off of that buck, combining those two techniques, because she does have an arm wrapped up, which gives her that position to move to if she tries. She's not getting enough of that twist, though, and she's in a position where she's getting hit pretty hard.
More short little left hands there by Paparaki. Again, putting that leg over the right arm of Verbique. Bunching up some punches now. Paparaki, final 10 seconds left in the fight.
Moving into elbows a couple times, that's smart. Trying to get that last little bit of damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. All three judges are in accordance. 28-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Catherine Paparaki.
TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie, Fire Lake Casino Arena in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Touch of gloves, we are underway. Mizuki in the blue, Pereira in the white, trimmed in blue.
Nice fakes and feints there from Mizuki.
In on a takedown now as Pereira grabbed that kick of Mizuki.
Yeah, that was very fast. Grabbed the foot, just ran her to the ground. Mizuki is comfortable fighting off of her back. You can see she's still in the guard position, but Pereira's possibly looking for an opportunity to hit her on the way up or past that guard. Oof, a little bit of back of the head there.
Mizuki trying to get a takedown on Pereira, crawling forward, but able to get back to her feet now in the clinch. Mizuki goes for a throw, ends up on bottom for her effort.
You can see the experience of Pereira just weighting her hips and just shifting slightly down on that.
Butterfly guard here for Mizuki.
Pereira's maintaining inside control with, with her arms, trying not to let her elbow get on the outside there, but using it for striking position.
Mizuki with an open guard here, unlocking it up and very active off of her back with these punches.
Yeah, and she's actually digging for that leg, or she was, excuse me, digging for that leg earlier. I think she's, yeah, it looks like kind of a Kimura, where she's pulling onto the armpit, maybe possibly looking for a way to leverage herself up by inserting her foot.
Pereira really forced to kind of cover up here with all these shots coming from the bottom by Mizuki.
Yeah, it becomes more of kind of a smothering match than a big ground and pound fight right there. Mizuki's got butterfly hooks.
And while it's not the most effective strikes, it's shutting down really the movement of Pereira. Now Pereira coming back with some right hands to the body. 2 minutes down here in this opening round.
Yeah, you can see Pereira. Mizuki's blocking out Pereira's attempt to step over the leg there. And now she's getting herself, positioning herself closer to the cage. Pereira's trying to pull her away and get her parallel to the cage. Really digging for that right arm of Pereira.
Pereira's had this top position here for a good chunk of this round, but it's Mizuki now that's very aggressive here.
Yeah, you can see Mizuki kind of goes from that butterfly hook to blocking out the hip each time. Well, she doesn't really block the hip so much as above the knee, but it's a really nice control position. But at the same time, she's very aggressive. Like I would count those strikes as, you know, landing very effectively and shutting down Pereira's you know, abilities.
Action right in front of us here. Nice hammer fist there by Pereira. Ray Longo in the corner of Mizuki. Normally you hear Ray Longo loud and clear, but he doesn't speak Japanese.
Oh, I love the way she spun out of that, TJ. That was beautifully done by Pereira.
Mizuki now back to her feet.
Pereira's wrapped around, and I believe, yeah, no arms in. Oh, I'm sorry, the left arm is in guillotine, but it doesn't look like, I don't know if she's trying to finish that choke so much as get a good leverage position to yank her down. Oh, nope, she's trying to finish that choke.
90 seconds left here. Mizuki gets her head free.
Underhook by Pereira. Oh, and Mizuki drags her to the ground.
Ray Longo has found a Japanese interpreter for Mizuki. Mizuki fending off that leg attack now by Pereira.
Oh, that was yeah, you can see she was kind of fishing for it. She managed to get that outside heel hook. Mizuki has pulled out of it, and now she's able to transition over. It looks like she's almost there on the mount, really digging there. Pereira's able to ride out of that slightly. Nope, now she's in the mount.
Tommy Tohold chiming in on Twitter. Always love seeing the comments of Tommy. So interesting development here in the corner of Mizuki. Mizuki almost taking the back there of Pereira. Looks like Ray Longo has grabbed the corner of Liz Tracy, who is helping Longo translate. And right now, Mizuki speaking the universal language of ground and pound.
Yeah, I was going to say whatever he said worked, because she is on top in mount. You can see Pereira's trying to use the cage to escape, and Mizuki's getting still those short shots, not quite using the position she has with gravity to throw elbows that she could throw. But again, Pereira's attacking at all of the angles she needs to attack it to get out.
Final 10 seconds here between these strawweights.
Nice.
Five minutes in the books for our co-main event. You got to believe that Mizuki finishing that round in top position, very important. She's and the UFC veteran Viviane Pereira. High-level strawweights inside the cage. I mean, that translator for Ray Longo, very key, because this is one of those fights, again, that can come down to the proper adjustments that a fighter needs to make over the course of 15 minutes. Nice right hand, finds the home.
Mizuki is so fast in and out. You know, it's really hard to get a beat on her, and really the time you want to hit her is after she's tried to strike you, but she hits very fast.
Nice left hand again by Mizuki. You know, one of the knocks on Mizuki in the past, it was really apparent in her fight with Alexa Grasso. She was a bit of a slow starter. You know, tonight she needs to make sure that she is fighting her game, and I think she's done that, you know, towards the latter part of the first round, and see how she does here in the second.
Yeah, she's darting in and out. She's also pushing or twitching her right hip as if to throw a kick. I don't know if Pereira's falling for that exactly, but you know, it's a nice fake. It's a nice, you know, positioning, because she really could get that kick at any time.
Big movements here by Mizuki, feigning a lot and following up with the punches. Pereira forced to react a lot here. Eats a right hand by Mizuki.
That was great. You know, it's just like she went right in afterward. Then Pereira's kind of lunging forward a little bit. Mizuki's taking, oh, nice little elbow over the top. We've seen Pereira a little bit more aggressive than this. I think she's really trying to get that big shot on Mizuki now.
Really aggressive is Mizuki.
Give me a fake, Mizuki.
So fast is the movement here of Mizuki.
Ray Longo called for a fake, and I'm thinking she's doing so much faking, so many feints.
Nice head movement by Mizuki, firing off that jab, right hand. Yeah, Pereira trying to solve the riddle here of these feints by Mizuki, forced to sort of observe more than throw.
And I'm loving watching that boxing, just that jab coming in and coming in. And that's really, I think, you're right, it's the mystery of Mizuki. It's really hard to get a track on her because her head is never in the same spot.
And Mizuki, it looks like her confidence is really growing here as we reach the halfway point of this fight. I mean, everything's changed. Ray Longo's shouting out instructions where he wasn't in the first round. It's the momentum, I think, you know, firmly in the corner of Japan's Mizuki. Combination of punches.
Follow that chin back, Mizuki. Yes,
Beautiful right hand. Pereira really just forced to stand there. She's throwing maybe one punch at a time where Mizuki feinting, moving, and when she sees an opening, she lands with some power.
Yeah, she's very experienced, but she's, and you know, the patience shows. But she's also really not getting any kind of offense launched here. She's not doing anything. That may be some kind of plan, but I don't know that that's a good plan.
Nice, keep faking.
Uppercut there by Mizuki. 1-2 combination by the Brazilian.
She's able to track, or that time she was able to track as Mizuki pulls back after that quick jab.
Swing and a miss there by Pereira. Mizuki finds a home for that right hand.
You can see Pereira trying to hit that left hook off of Mizuki's jab cross. It's not quite landing effectively.
Touch over a minute remaining here in round number 2.
Now over the top. Yes, Mizuki.
1-2 combination by Mizuki again. The boxing on display here of Mizuki. Beautiful right hand. Another combination. The confidence and combinations of Mizuki mounting here.
Yeah, it's really beautiful to see that. She is able to just kind of come over the top and throw that right hand that Longo's calling for. She's pulling back just a little bit, like right out of range of where Pereira can hit. And that's got to be just, you know, trying to hit something that's just always right out of your reach. Super tough.
We saw Pereira get the takedown in the first round. Time not on her side here, but she's gonna have to make some adjustments here headed towards round number 3 if she wants to you know, get her pace going again. Third and final round underway now. Viviane Pereira, Mizuki touching gloves. TJ DeSantis, Julie Kedzie tonight. Shawnee, Oklahoma, Invicta FC 32. Don't forget our featherweight title main event coming up next after this.
Yeah, keep faking.
Fights sometimes fall into these patterns. What does Viviane Pereira need to do here to not allow this third round to look like the second?
Well, she's waiting for Mizuki. Now, she got the jab cross there. She's waiting for Mizuki because she's kind of, the fakes and feints have, I think, drawn her in a little bit. She's having more success with her timing and her reach in this round. I think she needs to be closer to her, and I think she needs to double up her shots. Even though, you know, Mizuki's fast enough that she could counter those doubles, she's never going to get to a takedown position if she stays right here.
Beautiful takedown attempt and succeed there by Mizuki, but now passing the guard. Pereira trying to control the movement here of Mizuki, but she clears the legs.
Yeah, she's wrapped all around the top of Mizuki's upper body. She's able to get a half guard position from there. It speaks to Mizuki's desire to finish that she's doing so well with her jab. She decides to get a takedown. I like that.
You know, in this third and final round, you get top position, you can really make a statement. If it does go the distance, leave no doubt in the judge's mind if you're able to get top position and control it for the better part of 5 minutes.
Nice, Mizuki.
That grip of Pereira, she's kind of trying to look for a way to shift her hips, I think, and get the sweep. And Mizuki's doing what she needs to do, which is kind of dig the head out and try to flatten her. She can get some elbow strikes in there and, you know, proceed to side control.
Nicely done by Mizuki, able to get free. Nope. Pereira threw an up kick. I don't think it landed to the face of Mizuki. She was a downed opponent, but now back on the feet.
Which is probably where Mizuki, you know, is going to rack up a lot more frustration from her.
Nice combination by Pereira in response. 2.5 minutes left in the fight.
Yeah, you can see she's got a little bit more of that time. You know, she's a little bit closer. The lessons she was learning in the second round, I think Pereira is trying to apply them now, but Mizuki is still faster, and she's still, you know, getting to the shot very quickly.
Jabbing is Mizuki, keeping Pereira at bay. 2 minutes left. Nice combination there by Mizuki. Getting mesmerized by these punching combinations. They come so quick, and just seems like at any moment we could see something land and completely change the pace.
Yeah, and she's able to throw, you know, from that jab from so many different angles. Moving her head back and forth and kind of twitching with that hip. Pereira is she's getting through with that left hand now.
90 seconds left in this third and final round. Pereira doubling up the jab. Mizuki tries to go for a takedown. Brazilian having none of it. Misses with the right hand, does Mizuki. Pereira doubling up again on the jab.
That's what she needs to do. I think a jab hook cross would land for her. But, you know, again, Mizuki in and out. Mizuki standing closer to her than she was before, which is interesting.
Mizuki really utilizing that head movement. Nicely done there, dodging the right hand of Pereira.
Yeah, that was pretty.
45 seconds left.
So she really wants that right hand over the top, Mizuki.
Yeah, very measured is Mizuki here in this one. He's really changed the posture and the striking output of Viviane Pereira. A lot different than it looked in the first round, the early going of this fight. Final 15 seconds here between these strawweights tonight. Catchweight contest. Mizuki and Viviane Pereira.
See, pace always increases in that 10 seconds for them. They're really swinging for it now. Pereira attempts a takedown.
15 minutes in the books between Viviane Pereira and Mizuki. Judges will tally their 10s and 9s.
Ladies and gentlemen, having completed 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges have it the same, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Mizuki.